So you've just found out about Fusionfall coming back, whether it be Legacy or Retro, and now you're going around trying to learn everything you possibly can about the games. Good for you! Well, it's either that or you're just a fan of mine, a magical apprentice of me, the magical dealer, one of the many people on YouTube who make videos about Fusionfall. And if I guessed right about the reason you're here, then buckle up, because I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about Fusionfall Legacy and Fusionfall Retro before you start asking questions that have already been answered and people start to think you're some annoying fan. I got you covered. I'm good like that. Whoa, but before you can learn anything about the Fusionfall Retro and Legacy projects, I'm gonna need you to watch this video as it covers the basics and answers the question, what is Fusionfall? So if you haven't seen it, click the eye in the corner right now and then come back when you're done. I'll wait. Oh, you're back. Alright, let's get started then. So the first thing you probably want to know is, when is this awesome tacular game gonna be available for you to play? And at this point, after waiting all this time, I think it's safe to predict the release is gonna be never. I'm just kidding. Something I think should be pretty obvious is that Retro is gonna come out before Legacy, because if you really take the time to think about it, it can't happen in reverse. Retro, the game as it is just the full complete game from the past, just a lower updated version. And Legacy is a complete rebuild of the entire game with some extra goodies packed in. But Retro isn't gonna come out the full game, just like, here you go. It's gonna come out in waves. So when the game first launched, it'll be the future and the first 4 levels. It's kinda ironic, cause that's how the game was when it first released. Full circle. And most of the features will be in there, and not everything. But don't worry, it'll gradually be updated throughout the year, and finally you'll have the full game probably into the release of Legacy. Something I think you should be made aware of, for legal reasons that is that this game is not, I repeat, not, I cannot stress this more enough, not being made by Cartoon Network, but by a group of 14 really dedicated fans. And I need you to keep that in mind, that it usually takes big name companies 2 or 3 years to produce a game. So the next time you're feeling like the game is taking forever to come out, remember that it's just a small group of fans, teenagers at that, maybe young adults, working on it, and not a full team of game designers. But as of this time of uploading this video, there is no set release date for either of these games, so you'll just have to wait, just like the rest of us. I've been waiting for 2 years. I'm sure by now you've heard about them adding the new NPCs, and I'm sure you have your very own list of characters you want to see in the game. And I'm gonna let you finish, but there is a set of criteria to follow as far as getting a new character in the game. For any character to be eligible for the game, they either need to have been from a show that was already in the game and had some representation, or from a show that's no longer airing on Cartoon Network or is owned by Cartoon Network. So that means no Steven Universe yet, Uncle Grandpa, and no We Bare Bears. But shows like Squirrel Boy and I Am Weasel, they're fine, even though those shows have not been confirmed, but I felt like they have pretty good chances. This is how characters like Gumball and Muscle Man got in the game. Now, let's talk about Nanos, the lovable little dudes and dudettes who you can summon to aid you in your endeavors. You may remember getting these little guys every time you leveled up, and while that's how it's still going to work in Retro and Legacy, there's a new Nano system. So because the devs of Legacy have decided to be the Oprahs of Nano giving, pretty much any working and logical NPC can potentially have a Nano, because everyone's just a special little apple. So what they've done is split them into groups, primary and secondary. Primary nanos are the ones you have to get in order to progress in the game and are mandatory. Usually these nanos are of main characters of their respective shows, example being Eddie, Dexter, and Larry 3000. You will get one primary Nano mission every time you level up. Secondary Nanos are optional Nanos that you can get anytime you want and are not required for you to progress in the game. All you have to do is find an NPC with the corresponding mission for said Nano, and the rest is follows. These will usually be of the supporting / reoccurring characters of the respective shows. For example, Jackie Cones, Dracula, and Rolf. Lastly, a variant of secondary Nanos known as Territory Nanos are little guys you can attain from roaming fusion. Yup, that's right, you'll be able to see those nasty little doppelgangers out there outside of their layers roaming the world from time to time. So if you're lucky enough to find one who has to drop a Nano creation item, all you have to do is collect it, find the nearest Nano's creation center, and create the Nano link to the item. That sure sounds fun, doesn't it? But be wary, because I hear that there are some lurking fusion that'll be difficult to find. The harder the search, the rarer the Nano. One thing the dev team loves is getting suggestions for ideas to make the game bigger and better. Recently, something that fans have been doing a lot for the game in terms of suggestions is making gear and weapons, but rather than go into details of that here, you can just watch the video I made about it a little while back. It goes over every little detail you need to know and gives you the templates to make your own gear and weapons. So I hope you enjoyed that too. I think that's about it. Except, if you can handle not having some type of Fusionfall content in your week, then you're in luck. Because occasionally, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we get what's known as a pick of the day, showing off something cool in development in the game of Fusionfall Legacy that is not retro. But we already know everything that's going to be in retro. And every Saturday, yours truly makes a video talking about the pictures that came out that week. So if you want, you can head on over to the Pick of the Day Twitter that I'll link down in the description and look at all the pictures from the weeks past. Or you can just click on the playlist I'm going to link in the description also and watch all the videos I've made talking about the past 40 weeks of Pick of the Days. And now that you've learned all these wonderful things, you probably want to chat with others who are just excited about the game like you. Well, there's a couple of places you can do that. The first place is the Fusionfall Universe forums, where you can post threads, comment on said threads, and make new friends. The next place I would recommend is a Facebook group ran by one of my good friends, Ectoshock. He's pretty friendly, and the people there are pretty friendly as well. They post almost daily, so I'm pretty sure you'll have a good time there. And the last place is my very own Discord server, where you can even chat with me sometimes, and lots of other people who are hyped about the game like you. Well, I think my job here is done. I feel like I've informed you guys the best as I can. So I'm gonna take myself a nap. You stay safe, Apprentices. As always, I've been your magical dealer. Stay hype. Nighty night.
Oh, just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Oh, just the two of us. Yeah, you and I.